Big Boss Jock signing on. Here on the mighty 750, reciting rhyme, reciting poems, all written with rhyme. As I mentioned in previous clips, I'm implanted with a Stimoceiver. I've written much of my history, expressing myself through poetry. This next poem is entitled Crawford Lane. Back in 72, Wendell, with his crew, DIA, Shifter, CIA, that group, Wendell E. Gray, the milkman, Wendy Lou, the McCall's milkman, past the old willow tree. It was almost 73. McCall's dairy truck on the lot pulled on up. Wendy Lou strolled by, passing the willow tree. Past me, went on by. On the way into the house, told me to get off my butt. Stand up, follow him on in. I got hit and beat again. Then my mama got hit, beat and humped again. Wendell wasn't through. DIA, Shifter, CIA. Them cars be piled up. Want no Woodstock, it was straight to the pot stock. Come get the honey, need to watch B. Shawnee. We're coming them cars, arriving from near and far. Had us the Bureau of Reclamation, all the way to Department of Transportation. They tap that honey, till that dew melon had no honey. It was more often than not, been at least 20 cars on the lot. Off to the room, another John, gone getting with the job. When they were done, made me get some. Running down the cheekbone, cheeks running tears over the moan. Mama never wanted it, Yankee Sam mandated it. DIA, CIA enforced it. After my birthday in 73, Mama did done said to me, she didn't love me anymore. Yellow ribbon, she done tore, ripping it from that old willow tree. I might have been only 3, me a Sauger Mac V, fresh back from Nam, definitely I was a man. Eyes were bouncing, circling in the sockets. Paula Susu asked, what did you do? Using her Susu voice. Told her about my choice, about sending them communists, even be it their mommies. If they didn't do as I said, send them to their graves. They dared to disobey orders that war gave. I was the ice pick tickler. Mark II canter blade to the neck. Good job, Shawnee. You know how to make 'em bleed. Oh, how they blew them bubbles, looking them in the eye, saying, ha ha, don't get the blood too dark. Need to get straight from the start. Funny how they gurgled, where was coming that trouble, as their eyes jerked wide open. Bring another interrogated again. Clean them clean, made them scream, before they singed. Be clean when they weren't breathing. Never did torture, only secured the future. Never did put into use drop boarding. I've been deprogramming. Use that one also. Continuing with the rhyme. Drop boarding. I had overheard. Been Japanese water torture. I wrote this some years ago, the poem. Been Japanese water torture. And the big one, that war. The big one. My grandpa. That war. Back in World War II. That's what they would do. Being in the Empire of the Sun. Just having a little fun. Interrogating that liberty anyone. Finding out what someone had done. This next one is entitled Meet the Sambo. Before anyone runs off, that would be me. The idea here isn't to askew views, just to write things clearly. Sambo, the restaurant Sambo's, was part of my programming. Meet the Sambo. You're about to meet him. Sambo's need to make a merger. Being slapped with a class action, pen and lawsuit, been motivation. Decide on Denny's for a partner. Wendell took me on closing day. East side at I-5, he parked. Car in the slot, we got out, walked. Thought, why did I need eat eggs? Held the door open as he passed. There wasn't any booze available. Waited 5 minutes, sat at a table. Waitress filled water, our glasses. Whole menus. Wendell took one. He then asked for a child's menu. Looking, shook her head, refused. She inquired, how old is your son? Boy's not my son. He's only 8. He'd like one of the coloring books. With the menu, we bring crayons too. Doesn't look 8. He's over age. He showed her CIA identification. Shamed the waitress. He was irate. Sneered he'd run out of patience. Wendell conducted an operation. Explained it was an official matter. Pointed to a nearby window booth. Clear that table, I'm not asking you. Red-faced, evident, was quite mad. Wendell furious, she walked away. Pursuing her, rose, did his temper. Shouted her to stop. She hesitated. Grabbed onto the strap of her apron. Staring at her, pulled his coat back. Silver-plated .45, brandished. Said, let's go speak with your boss. Held her shoulder as they walked. Took a sidearm from the holster. Flashed his ID, said, now you know. It was time to get with the effing show. Manager stood next cash register. He looked at the phone. Pick it up. Go ahead, call the police, ask them. Then you'll know who the F I am. It's clear who I am with now. Enough. Commanded her, clear us a booth. Said, serve me a cup of coffee too. Tired standing here looking at you. Shouldn't need instruct what to do. Explained he was training me. Boy is being sent out on a mission. Notified patrons, excuse disruption. Do their usual. We were going to eat. Sat down a booth next to the window. Waitress felt scared, quite nervous. Asked us what she could serve us. He pointed at the cup. Fill it with Joe. Her hand trembled as she poured. Look in her eyes were full of fear. Down her cheeks began run tears. Stop her crying. Time to act normal. Behaving as always was essential. Said if she didn't act more casual, training exercise be only futile. Everything shouldn't be so formal. Wendell been talking on way over. Different options food at the diner. Listening, began feeling a bit hungry. Thought of what I wanted to order. Children's menu? Wasn't interested. You'll be ordering the number 5. Said for me, that would be just fine. Don't bother looking over the rest. No, I didn't bother looking over the rest. She asked, how preferred the egg? Came 1 egg. Answering for me, said, wants fried. Boy always eats them sunny-sided. Writing, watched her hand, shaking. Wendell ordered up some waffles. Feeling hungry, included sausages with bacon, fried eggs, some juice. Said was enough, it'd make him full. Books were all out, she explained. brought me some coloring pages. He looked at them, said they'd be okay. Sambo appeared one of the papers. He pointed, "Drawn some sandals." "Drawn." He said, "That'd be the last." Talking, his tone sounded a little sad. Franchise merger made him mad. Instructed to color in some straps. Holding his finger on the boy, said, "Enters who you are. Now get fed." Them closing for me didn't matter. Never gonna be more than Sambo. Good job on coloring the sandals. Remember, it's all you'll ever have. He was right, being treated as I am. Gonna take a look at the ticker. 10:55 and counting down. Went over 11. Big Boss Jock signing off.